Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 Ginsberg Family Awards. My name is Christina Olsted. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve as the Dean of Students here at UW-Madison. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to this year's virtual event. I'm excited to be able to bring us all together today to celebrate 25 remarkable student leaders who've demonstrated numerous accomplishments in the areas of leadership, service, and scholarship. These students come from every corner of campus, being recognized today from student affairs units, schools and colleges, and other campus departments, demonstrating the far-reaching impact of their time here at UW-Madison. This event is being recorded and will be available after the event here on YouTube, as well as the Student Affairs website. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to read a land acknowledgement. We gather in community in a new digital format using equipment and high-speed internet not available in many Indigenous communities. This technology, which has now become central to our daily lives, leaves a significant footprint and contributes to changing climate that disproportionately affect Indigenous people. Although we are here together virtually, separated by distance in different geographic locations, collectively, we all sit on Indigenous land. This was adapted from producer and artist Adrian Wong. The University of Wisconsin-Madison occupies Ho-Chunk land, a place their nation has called des Jope since time immemorial. In an 1832 treaty, the Ho-Chunk were forced to cede this territory. Decades of ethnic cleansing followed when both the federal and state government repeatedly but unsuccessfully sought to forcibly remove the Ho-Chunk from Wisconsin. This history of colonization informs our shared future of collaboration and innovation. Today, UW-Madison respects the inherent sovereignty of the Ho-Chunk Nation, along with the 11 other First Nations of Wisconsin. Please take a moment to consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that bring us here today. And please join us in uncovering such truths every day. The Ginsberg Family Awards have a long history of recognizing some of campus's most outstanding students. The awards began in 1993 under the name of the Meyerhoff Undergraduate Excellence Awards and distributed scholarships to hundreds of exemplary students for 26 years. In 2018, Larry Ginsberg and the Ginsberg family took on the awards. They did so in honor of their late father, former Dean of Students, Paul Ginsberg, and to honor his legacy of bettering the lives of students. Today, we have the great honor of having Larry Ginsberg, son of Paul Ginsberg, here with us. Larry is a proud Badger, class of 1981 graduate, a member of the Student Affairs Board of Visitors, and the benefactor for these awards. Larry, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you, Christina. I'm honored to be here. I'm very, very pleased to be here, both in support of the awards and in support of the recipients of the awards. When we were first approached about kind of starting this new legacy and this new issue and the benefacting ability from my family, the benefactor ability from my family, we jumped at the chance. And we jumped at the chance because not just in honor of my late father, who, as Christina said, was the Dean of Students for several years, including the tumultuous anti-war years in the late 60s and early 70s, but also because the thing that was most bothersome to my father throughout most of his life was apathy. He hated the idea that there are so many things to be involved with and integrated into and passionate about, and that he saw too much of the world around him that was not involved with and integrated into that passion. And one of the things that I and my siblings wanted to carry forward, if you will, in his honor, in his memory, in his legacy, was the idea that passion should be rewarded, integration should be rewarded, and by rewarded I don't only mean acknowledged, I mean supported. I mean the concept of taking those steps forward in your lives is something that we want to support as a family, as a community, as an institution. I'm just reminded, I don't know how many of you have had a chance to see the preliminary video that was put out by Andre de Shields through the university, who's going to be the commencement speaker this year. But he talked in his video about purpose-driven life. And it is the concept of purpose-driven life that we want to see perpetuated and promoted. It is the concept of purpose-driven life that we believe so strongly in, and it is that concept which we believe strongly is supported, is furthered, is advanced by the recipients of these awards. So I want to thank you again for the opportunity to be here today, to share this with you, to congratulate you on the process and the accomplishments in your lives, and to thank you all very, very much for living purpose-driven lives in a way which I know would make my father proud, will make your families proud, make your communities proud, and from which we all will benefit. So with that, thank you very, very much for allowing me to participate. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your remarks and for being here with us today and supporting the UW-Madison community. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Tamia Folks is this year's Ginsberg Family Award recipient from the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Educational Achievement. She's a junior majoring in political science and journalism, and a student leader who promotes civic engagement and the centering of voices from marginalized communities. Welcome, Tamia.
Thank you so much, Dean Olstad, for that introduction. Hello, everybody. My name is Tamia Folks, and I am so honored to be a speaker at today's Ginsberg Award ceremony. I think I can speak for all students who receive this award in expressing our deepest gratitude to the award donors who have sought to encourage students to continue on their paths of service and excellence throughout their UW experience, working to shape the world and our community to be a better and more welcoming place. At UW-Madison, I have always been able to learn. It's something that I've always been able to count on. And the ways that I've been able to learn have been expansive in their capacity to teach me the meaning of the Wisconsin idea in connecting service to learning and change making and working to educate others. And whether I'm registering students to vote and my position as the Big Ten Voting Challenge intern at the Mortgage Center, I'm writing an article about my community, or if I'm in conversation with policymakers, activists, and fellow members of student council to advocate for policy, I remain highly aware that my work grants me a unique power to educate and to shape the minds of the public that I serve, and use it as a critical tool to promote positive change and action in my community. Each interview I've done, policy I've advocated for, and person that I've encountered on my journey has informed my understanding of these issues and has been incredibly influential on my understanding of how they shape our country, our democracy, and our social interactions. I've always sought to utilize my platform and knowledge as an advocate and a leader for my peers in my community while maintaining an elevated consciousness about the ways that these changes occur in the world around me. And the lessons that I have learned on this campus have granted me a unique opportunity to not only facilitate meaningful work, which places power into the hands of other people, but also exposes my audience, my peers, and my friends to topics and issues which they should and can pay attention to better our global community and to alleviate the challenges that our country faces. For me, the Wisconsin Idea centers around community and our capacity to learn and grow from the stories and the people which shape it. For each and every one of the students who receive this award, I am so certain that they will continue to utilize the lessons that we have learned on this campus and in our community to promote engaged scholarship, intentional service, and relentless optimism for the future that we hope to build and shape. I am so endlessly inspired by each and every one of you. And after a long semester of hard work in the face of a global pandemic, all of us stood up and continued to lead, bonding together and refusing to back down in the face of uncertainty for what we should all be proud of: service and work and education and learning. Thank you to all of the students for continuing on this path of your important work, and thank you for all that you have done on campus. And a special thank you to the staff, administrators, and alumni who continue to inspire and push us to lead, to be our best. We are so immensely grateful for all of you.
Tamia, thank you so much for your powerful words and sharing your experiences with us today. I'm always so moved by the opportunity to hear from our students, and Tamia is an extraordinary example for all of us. Now we will move on to the awards presentation. Joining us to present is Julie Stubbs. Julie is a director of the Office of Undergraduate Awards with the Office of the Provost and has been supporting the Ginsberg Family Awards with us for many years. Julie? Julie, you're muted.
Isn't that a commentary on 2020, 2021? Thank you, Dean Olsted, for the nice introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. It's my honor today to present to you recipients of the 2021 Ginsberg Family Awards. Now, each recipient receives a $1,000 award courtesy of the Ginsberg family. In addition, they receive a commemorative plaque and a copy of the awards program. Due to the pandemic, we're unable to present these items in person today, unfortunately, but many of the awardees were able to pick them up on campus this past week. And for those who were not, we will mail the materials to you next week. So here's how the awards presentation will unfold. I will read a brief bio of each honoree. As we put up on screen their photo and a bit of additional information about them, I encourage you to read the full bios, which were submitted by the awarding units and are included in the awards program, which is now available. It is linked in the chat feature today if you would like to take a look. And throughout the presentation, I encourage you to add to that chat your words of congratulations and support for the award recipients. So let's get started. And first we will present the award recipients from the Student Affairs units. Katie Calvilage is the recipient from the Associated Students of Madison. Katie has been involved with ASM since her first semester on campus and has found ways to integrate what she has learned in ASM with her passion for nursing. For 3 years, Katie has served as a shared governance representative on the Healthcare Advisory Board, advocating for increased mental health resources for students and making UW a tobacco-free campus. Katie has shown a commitment to mentoring other students and to ensuring that everyone she works with knows they are part of a team. Congratulations, Katie. Grace Plunkett is the award recipient for the Center for Leadership and Involvement. Throughout Grace's time in CFLY, she has eagerly taken on a variety of responsibilities that showcase her dedication to student involvement and leadership. She has served as an organization development consultant team member and as an undergraduate leadership certificate advisor. Her commitment to holding herself, her peers, and the UW community accountable to build a more inclusive campus and student experience shines through in her work and her leadership philosophy. Congratulations, Grace. Sanjana Kumar is the award recipient from the Center for the First Year Experience. As a study skills coordinator with the Greater University Tutoring Service, Sanjana helps students acquire time management, motivation, and study skills. She considers how to best support students with diverse learning needs and provide accessible programs and resources. Sanjana, who wants to become an audiologist, also is an advocate for the deaf community and serves as Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Chair for the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association. She collaborates with committee members to develop projects and events that promote DEI within that organization and within UW-Madison's Communication Sciences and Disorders Department. Leslie Myers is the award recipient from the Dean of Students Office. Leslie works for the Dean of Students Office and also for the Graduate School as a student desk staff member. She is also a tutor for the Greater University Tutoring Service and enjoys helping other students. Leslie studied abroad in Madrid, Spain, and was a Spanish teacher for Futura Language Professionals, where she taught students from 6 to 10 years old. Leslie's great work ethic, strong critical thinking, and positive attitude have made her a valuable asset to the Dean of Students office and the university community. Leslie is moving to Spain in September and will be teaching English. Travis Winger is the recipient from the Gender and Sexuality Campus Center. Travis will graduate this May with a bachelor's in nursing and a certificate in religious studies. Travis has worked as the Learning Community Program Assistant for Open House, the gender and sexuality learning community in Phillips Hall, since 2017, and also as a COVID-19 case and contact tracer with the Grant County Health Department. Travis moves through work, personal life, and academic life with an anti-racist and justice-centered framework, always centering the lives and experiences of queer, trans, Black, Indigenous, and people of color. Travis plans to work as an RN in Madison for a few years before pursuing a master's in nursing, specializing in transgender and gender nonconforming care. Lynn Shah Leo is the award recipient from the International Student Services. Lynn is a junior majoring in computer science, math, and statistics. She is the activity chair of ACMW Women in Computing student organization, which provides social, educational, and outreach activities for women interested in computer sciences. She also serves as an academic coach for the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Educational Achievement, and a second author on a research paper recently submitted for publication. As a female leader in STEM, Lynn is an example of how passion can fuel excellence. Dylan Hogan is the award recipient from the McBurney Disability Resource Center. Dylan speaks eloquently of how his own experiences with a disability have influenced his career choice. Quote, "My life experiences have prepared me for a career in medicine, not only with medical knowledge, but with the opportunity to share my experiences as a patient with a chronic illness. I am grateful for the care I have received from many great doctors and nurses, and I aspire to have a similar positive impact on the lives of others." Volunteering with the UW Hospital has helped Dylan to realize that, quote, "Truly caring about what you do and bringing empathy and compassion to every interaction is crucial in healthcare, but also valuable in any setting." May White is the award recipient from the Multicultural Student Center. May has made an impact on the MSc and the campus community as an MSc intern and as a leader with the Japanese Student Association and the Multiracial Student Union. At the MSc, she has contributed to cultural programming, operations, and social justice, and has been a key team member in the remote and transition semesters. With her willingness to be helpful to all, her passion for social justice for all, and the meaningful connection she creates with everyone she meets, May is the type of leader that the world needs right now, and the MSc has been honored to work with her. Tida Chong is the award recipient from the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life. Tida will graduate in May 2021 with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree and certificates in Development Economics and Spanish Studies for business students. During her undergraduate career, Tida has served in a number of leadership roles within fraternity and sorority life, including president and finance chair of the Kappa Gamma chapter of Sigma Lambda Gamma National Sorority, Inc., and treasurer of the Multicultural Greek Council. Tida works tirelessly to foster spaces within the community in which individuals feel valued and respected. She has built a legacy that will be felt, remembered, and celebrated within her chapter, the Multicultural Greek Council, and beyond. Maggie Navarre is the award recipient from the Office of Student Conduct and Community Standards. Maggie is a junior majoring in English, journalism, and finishing a certificate in criminal justice. After graduating in spring 2022, she plans to attend law school. As an intern in the Office of the Student Conduct and Community Standards, Maggie worked with the Academic Integrity Program and help students reflect on their decision-making, as well as the impact of those decisions. Maggie previously served in the role of Vice President of Chapter Relations and Standards of Alpha Chi Omega, where she worked to uphold the Code of Conduct. She is also involved on campus as a member of the Pre-Law Society. Brianna Carley is the award recipient from Recreation and Wellbeing. Brianna has excelled in the classroom and dedicated countless hours to helping others. A leader within the speech, language, and hearing community, Brianna serves as an inclusion facilitator with United Cerebral Palsy of Dane County, a peer mentor for the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association, and a literacy tutor with Gigi's Playhouse. Brianna also works at Recreation and Wellbeing as a youth instructional programs lead, compiling emotional, nutritional, physical, and social wellness activities for a 5-week Special Olympics fitness program. Chris Tate is the award recipient from University Veterans Services. Chris is a Marine Corps veteran who transferred from Madison College, where he studied information technology, liberal arts, and health. Chris wants to help create healthy communities by using this knowledge to integrate people, activity, and technology together in creative ways. He promotes diversity and equity at UW-Madison by helping veteran, transfer, and non-traditional student populations. Chris is active in veteran organizations and works as a transfer student coordinator for the Transfer Transition Program. He is also a husband and father of 3 daughters, and they are a major part of his college experience and greatly motivate him to perform academically. Lily Miller is the recipient from the Wisconsin Union. Lily has brought dedication and dependability, along with the leadership skills of integrity, inclusive engagement, and fostering connection and community to her role as the 2021 Wisconsin Union president. Lily began her involvement with the Wisconsin Union as a summer arts coordinator, later becoming art associate director, then director. Throughout this service, Lily has built a reputation as a caring, prepared, and authentic student leader. This year, the Wisconsin Union faced unprecedented challenges that required rethinking how to serve the community. Lily has guided the organization through these challenges with grace and an emphasis on self-care. Next, we will present the Ginsberg Family Award recipients from schools and colleges. Haley Sissel is the award recipient from the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Haley sought opportunities both in and outside of the classroom to be immersed in the Wisconsin experience. Volunteering with Badger Volunteers, UW Health, and Geo's Garden taught her the value of community engagement and the importance of leading with empathy and humility. It also spurred a desire to learn more about those with different experiences. She has prioritized inclusivity on campus by attending the Social Justice Leadership Retreat, bringing the social awareness to her work as a university tour guide, House Fellow, and CALS Ambassador. She will make a profound impact in the future as a public health practitioner. Taya Jackson Strong is the award recipient from the College of Engineering. As a tutor at the Undergraduate Learning Center, Taya works to mentor, advocate, and support underrepresented first-year students who came into college less prepared in math than other engineering students. She creates a welcoming environment where students feel heard without feeling censored. They feel comfortable asking questions without feeling shamed, and feel comfortable sharing their college experience frankly without feeling judged. She has held leadership positions in the Association for Women Geoscientists, the Epsilon Delta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, the National Society of Black Engineers, and the American Indian Science and Engineering Society. Amanjath Gadev is the one of 2 award recipients from the College of Letters and Science. Amanjath also goes by Amy, and Amy has applied what she has learned in the classroom to an extensive array of extracurricular activities. As an English tutor, she strives to support students using culturally sensitive and respectful pedagogies. And due to the pandemic, her volunteer time shifted mostly to online format, and yet she managed to continue those strong connections with others. She volunteers as a counselor with Crisis Text Line and is a Badger Spill student supporter. She and another student co-founded a registered student organization called STEM Students for Social Justice that aims to provide a space for students to learn about systems of oppression in STEM fields while doing advocacy work. And STEM Students for Social Justice recently donated COVID-19 care packages to the Porchlight organization, which serves the homeless. Muqaddas Abdullah is also an award recipient from the College of Letters and Science. Muqaddas has served campus and community in many ways and fully embraced the Wisconsin experience. As the African Students Association Special Events Coordinator during fall 2020, she carried the important responsibility of planning an event focusing on the mental health of BIPOC students. In addition, as a fellow for the Center for Religion and Global Citizenry, she engaged in interfaith dialogue, presenting on Islam, the world's second largest religion, and tackling Islamophobia. Muqaddas served as a student ambassador for the Middle East Studies program and worked at the Child Development Lab on campus. Deeply proud of her Afghan heritage and culture, Muqaddas has found that her most meaningful experience has been serving as a volunteer and translator for an Afghan refugee family in the Madison area, a true act of paying it forward. Shahroz Chirani is the award recipient from the School of Education. Through her academics, Shahroz became passionate about exploring the intersections between health, policy, and civic engagement. Consequently, she served as an intern with the Wisconsin Alliance for Women's Health, where she facilitated workshops around reproductive health and mental health for Wisconsin youth. And she volunteered as a tutor at the Literacy Network, where she taught health literacy and English as a second language. She was selected as the 2020 Newman Civic Fellow for her work advocating for the alleviation of health disparities. Shahroz will pursue a Master of Public Health and Health Administration and Policy at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. As a first-generation college student, she is grateful to the Posse Foundation for giving her a chance to attend UW-Madison, where she uncovered her passion for improving the healthcare system. Amani Omari is the recipient from the School of Human Ecology. Amani is committed to improving healthcare for everyone. As an advocacy intern with AARP Wisconsin, she drafted a policy stance to advocate for programs to close the healthcare gaps for underrepresented groups. She has volunteered with Urban Triage, whose mission is to elevate Black families facing healthcare challenges. Amani made the most of her college experience interning for Congresswoman Gwen Moore and researching and writing about Wisconsin government and legislative policies with the Daily Cardinal. These experiences and many others have directed Amani to attend law school, where she plans to advocate for community as a healthcare attorney. Luba Laska is the award recipient from the School of Nursing. Luba is co-president of Healthcare Inclusion Initiative, an organization that works to eliminate healthcare inequities by helping to educate future healthcare professionals about various marginalized groups' experiences with the medical system. She firmly believes that every person deserves to be treated with dignity and constantly works at developing respectful and open communication skills. Luba helps with meal preparation and distribution at the Beacon, a day resource center for those experiencing homelessness. She also volunteers at New Friends through the Wisconsin Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. Additionally, Luba is a COVID vaccine volunteer with UHS. As a student nursing assistant at UW Health Urology Clinic, Luba works with many different patient populations. She is truly a leader in her cohort and hopes to pursue graduate study to become a certified nurse anesthetist. Nate Verhagen is the award recipient from the School of Pharmacy. Nate has contributed to the community via his service with Our Lady of Hope Clinic, American Family Children's Hospital, UW's Adapted Fitness Program, and Camp Kassam, a summer camp for children with parents affected by cancer. He has also been a leader within the Farm Talks major and one of its most enthusiastic ambassadors, attending many prospective student events and always willing to share his contact information with students who want to learn more. Many new students have been referred to the major because of Nate's passion and outreach. Nate has balanced his service and leadership to the major, UW-Madison, and the greater community with his commitment to academics, excelling in graduate level coursework. Ina Atira Abby Latape is the award recipient from the Wisconsin School of Business. Ina is passionate about helping others and making a difference in her community. She has done this as executive director of the Malaysian Student Association, as an ASM representative on the Campus Diversity and Climate Committee, and through numerous volunteer engagements as a Badger volunteer. As an international student from Malaysia, Ina cares deeply about bringing what she's learned from her Wisconsin experience back to her home country. After graduation, Ina will work with Petronas, a Malaysian government-linked oil and gas company. On a small scale, Ina hopes to introduce a centralized volunteer opportunity, similar to Badger volunteers, to provide resources and the chance for employees to participate in leadership and service opportunities that interest them. Next, we will present the Ginsberg Family Award recipients from campus units. Tamia Folks, as we said earlier, is the recipient from the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Educational Achievement. Tamia is a recipient of the Powers Knapp Scholarship with the Mercille J. Lee Scholars Program within the division. She is a motivated, energetic, and compassionate servant leader. Her journalistic passion stems from a desire to inform and educate her peers and community. Tamia has written for the Wisconsin State Journal and Madison Commons. She serves as the Big Ten Voting Challenge intern for the Morgridge Center and as a Vote Everywhere ambassador for the Andrew Goodman Foundation. These positions have heightened her interest in politics, education, writing, and activism, and she's excited to continue to grow as a writer and a leader. Tamia's career trajectory has remained consistent since her freshman year. Quote, "To obtain a position in public service or journalism, two careers that would allow me to serve as a representative voice for oppressed and marginalized communities." Danielle Wendricks is the award recipient from the Morgridge Center for Public Service. Danny has dedicated her college experience to connecting campus and community and making the work of the Morgridge Center more accessible to the Madison community. She has advised countless students on volunteer opportunities, led workshops on responsible civic engagement, supported professors in implementing community-based learning approaches in their classrooms, and supported logistical programming at the UW South Madison Partnership. She currently serves as the internal director of the Open Seat Food Pantry and is an intern for the Literacy Network. Danny says to pay it forward wherever life takes her, she will work intentionally to foster spaces where community can flourish. Sabrina Riedinger is the award recipient from University Housing. Sabrina has worked for University Housing dining and culinary services at Carson's Market since her freshman year on campus. She began there as a team member in the fall of 2017 and was promoted to student supervisor in April of 2018 and is currently serving as the head student supervisor. She was instrumental in helping Carson's Market through many changes throughout the pandemic as it closed to the public and took on the task of providing food to students in quarantine. In the greater Madison community, Sabrina has been a peer mentor for Neighborhood House, working with their learning assistance program for children ages 7 through 13. She is a recipient of the Spring 2021 University Housing Recognition of Outstanding Student Employees Award. Next fall, Sabrina is hoping to start her first year of teaching elementary school. Please join me in a round of congratulations to all of the 2021 Ginsberg Family Award recipients. And next, I'd like to introduce Kate Schnur. Kate is an Alumni Relations Director within the Student Affairs Advancement. She has been an integral part of making these awards happen each year, and we're so grateful for her continued partnership. Kate?
Hi, thank you, Julie. And thank you everyone for being here today in community, a virtual community, but we're so grateful for each and every person for joining us. Whether here in the live stream or watching the recorded version, we know how important it is to take a pause and to recognize the truly incredible accomplishments of our students. And we are so grateful for that opportunity today, specifically through the Ginsberg Family Awards. As the final speaker for this event, I have the joy and pleasure of extending our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who helps make these awards possible. To Larry and the rest of the Ginsberg family, your endless generosity and support, is so appreciated. And every single year, year after year, it's incredible to see the far-reaching impact that you're able to have through these awards, continuing your father's legacy, but also continuing your family's legacy. To our incredible student speaker, Tamia Folks, your advice and words are as meaningful as ever. I really resonated with using your relentless optimism, using your platform, and creating this really, really strong community moving forward. To Julie and Debbie, with Undergraduate Academic Awards, our student affairs partners through this event, couldn't be more grateful for such responsive and helpful colleagues. And thank you to Morgan Welke, our student intern, who did tireless work to bring this all together. The past year has taught me anything and has shown a light and laid bare the hard truths of injustice and inequity that are pervasive in every corner of our society, from racial and political unrest to devastating and often disproportionate effects that COVID-19 has had. It has been a year of constant reminders about how desperate our society is for the next generation of leaders, of change makers, and of community organizers. Having the chance to learn about all of the 25 Ginsberg Family Awards recipients today gives me also relentless optimism, gives me hope, not in just their individual capacity to create positive change, but in their collective ability to create waves, to ingrain into communities, and to make a transformational impact on how our world works. This won't happen overnight. It takes a lifetime of commitment to improving the society and the world we live in, but I'm optimistic about these students' capacity to bring in the world a little bit more justice, more equity, more compassion, and more care. Now, some quick advice to the student recipients. As my own mentor and former dean of students, Lori Berkholm, always used to say, go do good things. So that's my advice today as well. Merging with a little bit of the advice that Larry gave us earlier, I think it's to go do good things and to live a purpose-driven life. That's all you can really hope is take your experiences you've learned here from UW-Madison and go on to the next chapter of your lives and continue to make that impact you're searching for. Thank you all for joining us here today for the Ginsberg Family Awards, and congratulations once again to all of the student recipients.